I'd like to reintroduce you to Chris's world famous knick-knack shack. Yeah, you want to get one of these? Stay tuned.
You know the type of guy that was a jock in high school but ended up becoming a huge nerd? You know, someone that's not afraid to make a fool of themselves on the internet. And someone that likes to shoot Polaroid a little too much. Did I say huge nerd? You know, just an ordinary, everyday guy. Well, that's me. I'm just another Chris. Welcome in. This year is going to be a little bit different. Yeah. Normally I pick somebody that I give away one of my world famous buckets. This year, I'm actually going to be giving it away to one of you. Yeah, really cool. But more on that coming up in this video. Every year I do a little Christmassy giveaway and reminisce of the year, as well as talk about goals that I achieved that I set last year and goals I'll set for next year. Well, this year's goals were not so great. This year has been probably my most challenging year ever. I've had a rough go this year. Last year was so promising. If you remember, I had set some great goals for the end of this year, and that was going to be doubling my subscribers from 10,000 to 20,000, which I'm going to fall short just by a couple of hundred. Still amazing, but I didn't hit that mark. But this year, the biggest goal I set was to start my own an instant photography convention. I was going to call it Instacon. They got a cool name. I had such great plans for it, but unfortunately I wasn't able to do it. One huge thing prevented it from happening, and that is I no longer have my studio space. I don't think I really talked outward publicly about it. But yeah, earlier this year, pretty much at the start, like March, I was hit with a rude awakening out of the blue. It was like the perfect storm. And in the span of one day, lost everything and got my first speeding ticket ever. I do social media content creation full time, but this channel doesn't support 100% of my living costs. So I have to supplement it with freelancing, doing video jobs, gigs, all that sort of stuff. And in the span of one day, all the clients that I was working with had to let me go. And it just so happened to fall on the exact day my lease renewal for my studio needed to be signed. This is the last day. So I had to make the call in that one day. I'm like, I guess I don't have a studio anymore. And then I was hit with a client from hell, and I'm having to actually take them to court because they have completely shut down my business. It's a long story. I've gone into it over in the members area, which kind of leads into a segue for the giveaway to get Chris's world famous knick-knack shack bucket, which is really cool. And I'm going to show you what you're going to get. Some of it's going to be a little fun mystery, but I want to show you a couple of things that I'm going to be putting in this bucket.
So for all you new viewers and new subscribers, thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming along the journey this year or whenever you decide to subscribe. But every year for the last 3 years, I think it's the third year, maybe the fourth year, I've lost track. But every year for like friends and family, I give them one of these buckets. But this year I want to do a little bit different and actually give away a bucket to one of you. Yeah, first time ever. And so I'm going to show you a couple of the things that you can get your hands on, but I'm going to still leave a bunch of the stuff a secret, a mystery, so you have a little bit of a surprise. Now, the winner won't get this on Christmas, obviously. But let's take a quick look. So every year I do give away a camera, and this year is no exception. I'm going to be giving away a Lomo'instant WIDE. It's pretty sweet. There is a small caveat with this one particularly. Sometimes the flash is a little funky. Sometimes it'll fire, sometimes it doesn't. So indoor shots, you never know what you're going to get. Outside though, you'll never have to worry about it. It's a great camera. I did a full review of this many years ago, and I need to update that. Stay tuned for 2024 where I revisit this camera, and yeah, I can't wait. Next thing I got in here, this is pretty cool. This is actually a really rare filter set from Polaroid. This is the Polaroid Originals 1 Step 2 filter kit. This is brand new, sealed. Try and find one for sale. I can't find one. Pretty stinking rare. You can get your hands on one. Next thing is my new favorite strap. This isn't the one you'll get though. The one you'll get, I think it'll be yellow. But this thing is so nice. New favorite strap that I found this year. It is ridiculously comfortable. It is soft. It's longer than the Polaroid one. It is like a paracord, but hands down my new favorite. And it will also work on like heavy digital cameras too, but don't use the quick release. Those are plastic. You only use those for the instant cameras. They'll be fine. Even SX70 cameras, they'll be fine. You take the little quick release off and then you can put this on like a digital camera too. And highly recommend it, or even your film cameras. What else we got in here? Ooh, yeah. I'm going to throw in one of the quote-unquote Pola bags. If you guys haven't seen, I did a video talking about these, and it's really nice. These are a great way to store your photos while you're out shooting. They have a clip on here. You can clip them to your backpack. You can just quick drop them in, zip them up, and they will be developing in a darker environment. And it's great for when you're traveling. Keep all your photos in one bag. It's really handy. I love these. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. And I'll be throwing in a pack of instax wide film to go with the camera, so you can get right out of this bucket and start shooting. And I will be throwing in a t-shirt, and once the winner is picked, just let me know your shirt size and I'll get that sent on over to you. And of course, there's some other fun things inside here that I'm gonna leave a secret. So how do you enter in this, you may be asking? It's pretty simple. Just become a patron member at any level, any tier, and you'll see a post in there for you to click and enter into the giveaway. And the best part is there is a 7-day free trial going on for the $12 tier. So if you wanted to get in there and just, you know, sign up for free and get into the giveaway, you could just cancel. But I would hope that you stick around because there's a lot of fun stuff in there, like the Zoom calls, the monthly photos. There's a lot of really, really cool things, and I think you really like it. And it does help support the channel. But if you want just to be greedy and get the prize, you can do that. And the way the winner is drawn, it is completely random. I have no control over who wins. Well, that's all I'm going to show you right now that's in the bucket. So let's kick it on back over to me at the other desk.
There's been a lot of crazy stuff that's gone down this year, but there wasn't all bad. I tried to make the best of it, but life really just was like, you know what? You had a good time that day? Hold my beer. I'm going to hit you harder. But I've done some fun trips, met some fun people. I've gotten the podcast kind of relaunched. I kind of put that on hiatus for a while. Started doing live streaming again, having live guests come on. It's been so much fun. Used to be known for live streaming back in the day. Like that was kind of like my bread and butter, but not so much in the last several years. I've kind of let that go, but I'm back doing it and I'm loving it. It's great. Hopefully you guys have been liking it too. I'm learning a lot. I need to kind of structure the podcast a little bit better. I think there's areas to be improved for sure. But I appreciate you guys coming along the journey and the ride with that. The whole idea for the podcast was more of like, not necessarily interviews with people, but I would have guests come on every episode, and it was more of a conversation between both of us. But there's still kind of the focus of being there, learning about them and what they do. But I kind of wanted to still have it be like, hey, two friends hanging out, having a conversation, both sides type of thing. I don't know if it's working yet. I've heard your guys' comments, and I'm definitely going to be addressing some of your guys' questions, I guess, concerns that you've had, and going into the next year. It's going to be awesome. But I'm still wanting to do the Instant Photography Convention Con. I still want to do it. But it might have to be next year, hopefully. I just don't have the space to do it anymore, which was really nice. I'd have to go find a place to be able to do this, and that just costs money, and that I don't have right now. I don't have it at all. The operation costs of this channel to keep it at what it is definitely won't allow me to rent a place right now to host that type of event. It's still on my radar, and I still want to make it happen, and I want to do it. Maybe I think it'd be fun. So that's one of the goals. As far as the subscriber count, I've kind of hit the ceiling as far as I can go. I think I've got maybe 5,000 more. At most, maybe 10,000 more to go. Our community is pretty small, and what I'm doing is still kind of a niche thing. I'm trying to get more and more people into it. But if I want this channel to grow and reach more people with the potential of getting more people into instant photography, I have to branch off into a little bit of other things. I mean, heck, I have more subscribers than Polaroid's YouTube channel. That should tell you something. Granted, they don't really do much on it, but still. So I'm going to branch off into some of the other film type content, like 35mm, maybe some 120. I already got some of that stuff shot. I just gotta get it developed, and I'm probably gonna learn how to do my at-home film development. Technically, in theory, I know how to do it. I've just never done it. firsthand. Which leads me into kind of the next thing I'm going to be kind of doing next year, which is lightening up on Polaroid content. I'm going to kind of switch over to Instax, more focused. If you look at my content over the last several years, it's been primarily Polaroid forward. I'm not going to give up on Polaroid. I'm still going to be shooting it. You just might not see it as much. That's kind of the goal, which will save me a lot of money. And so I can allocate all those funds to other things like 35 millimeter and 120, because Polaroid is really, really expensive. So I'm going to be kind of making that kind of change, but you'll still see some stuff. I can't give it up because there's a lot of my friends and there's people I really, really like and I want to support, but they're focused on Polaroid, like Dennis from Chromatic Parts, or Mando and Jazz. They do the custom Polaroid cameras. And then we've got Retrograde Engineer, his lenses and adapters for Polaroid cameras. I don't want to stop shooting Polaroid and stop putting Polaroid on this channel, because that would mean I couldn't make content helping them get their stuff in front of an audience and collaborating with them in any way. So I don't want to give up Polaroid, mostly just for that reason. And also, I really do love shooting Polaroid. I've had the issues, as you guys know. I've been pretty vocal about it, but they're still my favorite film format to shoot, and I'll still be doing it, but I'll probably just be kind of doing it more for myself. But you'll still see me post them on Instagram, and again, you'll still see some content on the channel. Oh, and I want to bring back some VHS content. A lot of you have reached out and said, hey, where is it? I didn't really do much this year, even though I incorporated it into my content. I just didn't do any dedicated videos on it. I wanted to kind of just utilize it in videos. A lot of the stuff that I get to make for the channel is always reviewing a product, talking about it, but rarely ever getting to implement the use cases of the thing. So you may have seen a lot of VHS content mixed into my videos for like B-roll and other stuff. But I want to start doing some more camera reviews, because I think I have some like high 8 cameras laying around here I want to do some videos on. I think it'd be really fun, and I love doing that stuff. It's really cool. I can't thank you enough for coming along this journey. It's been quite the ride. I've had the ups and the downs and the struggles and the success, and I really appreciate you coming along and watching some random guy on the internet figuring it out. But I really appreciate you. Happy holidays, and I'll see you in the next one. Now, get out there, make some art.